I've talked about the size of the universe on this channel before. I've also talked about how difficult it is to believe that we could be completely alone in such an unimaginably huge place. There are hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy, many of them older than the sun. Many of them have planets, and some of those planets could have the right conditions for life. And after government released previously classified UAP reports, we know that there are objects and events in the sky that we still can't fully explain. But that doesn't mean we know they're extraterrestrial. So let's assume for a moment that aliens do exist. Okay, they exist, but where is everybody? This is basically the question physicist Enrico Fermi famously asked in 1950 while having lunch with some of his colleagues. Fermi pointed out that even though the universe is incredibly large and incredibly old, we still haven't found any confirmed evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations. We don't know of anyone out there, and despite decades of searching, we've still found no confirmed alien signal, spacecraft, or civilization. This became known as the Fermi Paradox. It's a paradox because the universe seems to offer plenty of opportunities for intelligent life to exist, yet we haven't found any evidence of it. So, where is everybody? To start answering that question, we first need to talk about something called the Kardashev scale. It's basically a way of classifying civilizations according to how much energy they can use. A Type 1 civilization would be able to harness most or all of the energy available on its planet. A Type 2 civilization would be able to harness the energy of its entire star, while a Type 3 civilization would be able to use the energy of an entire galaxy. Humanity hasn't even reached Type 1 yet. We're currently around Type 0.7. And obviously, we haven't found any confirmed Type 1, Type 2, or Type 3 civilizations either. But why? There are many possible explanations, and we can roughly divide them into two groups. Group 1. We haven't found any signs of advanced civilizations because there simply aren't any. Or Group 2. Advanced civilizations do exist, but there are reasons why we wouldn't see any signs of them. Let's start with Group 1. This is where the universe of the Great Filter comes in. The Great Filter is a hypothetical barrier that prevents life from developing into highly advanced civilizations. It could be something that makes one of the major steps in the development of life extremely unlikely. There are several possibilities. Maybe humanity is an incredibly rare case that has already passed the Great Filter. It could have happened when intelligent animals first started using tools, when complex multicellular life appeared, or even earlier, when life itself first emerged. Maybe one of these steps is far more difficult than we currently realize. Another possibility is that passing the Great Filter isn't necessarily rare, but we're simply the first civilization to get this far. For example, the universe may have been a much more dangerous place hundreds of millions of years ago, with more frequent asteroid impacts and powerful cosmic events. Conditions for complex life may have only become favorable relatively recently. If that's true, humanity could simply be one of the first civilizations to reach this stage. But there's a third possibility, and it's the most worrying one. Maybe the Great Filter is still ahead of us. In other words, intelligent life might actually be fairly common, but something eventually prevents civilizations from developing much further. Maybe civilizations destroy themselves because their technology becomes too powerful. Artificial intelligence is one possibility. Or perhaps it's simply a matter of time before a civilization is wiped out by a massive asteroid impact or another natural disaster. If that's the case, the reason the universe appears silent could be because civilizations simply don't survive long enough to spread across the galaxy. That would be Group 1. Now let's move on to Group 2. Maybe advanced civilizations do exist, but we haven't noticed them. Alternative number 1, we're simply primitive. Maybe civilizations are everywhere around us, but we're too technologically primitive to recognize them. Think about a cat. A cat can live alongside humans for its entire life without ever understanding what the internet is, what a smartphone does, or why humans spend so much time staring at screens. Maybe we're in a similar situation. An advanced civilization could be doing things that are so far beyond our technology that we wouldn't even recognize what we're seeing. Or perhaps advanced civilizations simply don't use technologies like radio waves to communicate. Alternative number 2. Maybe advanced civilizations have no reason to advertise themselves. They might simply live peacefully around their stars. perhaps as a type 1 or type 2 civilization, without trying to contact anyone else. We tend to assume that an advanced civilization would want to explore and communicate with the entire galaxy. That's just an assumption based on human behavior. Maybe they have completely different priorities. Alternative number 3. Intelligent civilizations could exist somewhere out there and realize that broadcasting your location to the entire galaxy isn't necessarily a very smart idea. Maybe they know we're here and simply observe us without interfering. We have no evidence that this is happening, but it's certainly an interesting possibility. Alternative number 4. Perhaps there is one extremely advanced civilization that is far ahead of everyone else. Maybe it destroys or prevents other civilizations from becoming too powerful once they reach a certain technological level, because they could eventually become a threat. This is sometimes described as a kind of cosmic predator. Alternative number 5. Maybe we simply live in a quiet part of the galaxy. Imagine living in the middle of a huge forest and never seeing another person. That wouldn't mean you're the only human on Earth. You might simply be very far away from everyone else. The same could be true on a galactic scale. There might be other civilizations out there, but the distances between them could be so enormous that we simply haven't encountered them yet. And finally, alternative number 6. Maybe aliens are already here and governments are hiding it. So, where is everybody? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next.